That's some good stuff. Yes!
You've been there, right? Like, you started this journey and it was information overload, but now you kind of understand the language. You're starting to see how elements work on your body, you're starting to understand the terms, but how does it all come together? Well, so what exactly is this video that you decided to click on? Well, it is actually part of a series. We have part 1 and part 2, but you do not need to have watched the first 2 parts to understand or appreciate this series. This series is where I take you, the viewers, style parameters, and I build an outfit that you need help with. I want to note that the following people you're going to see, I do not use their real faces or their real names. Faces you'll see are stock photos that approximate the general style parameters, just to create a vibe. So what do I mean by style parameters? Well, I view all of these style systems, every one of them, as individual tools in your own style toolbox. And essentially when you're creating an outfit, it should be like a project. So you're looking for what tools work for that project. And what you use within that style toolbox will be dependent on your style goals, your lifestyle needs for that day, what you want to communicate to the world. And it can change from day to day. So one day you may lean into your essences more if you want to create more of a vibe. Another day, like your wedding day, for instance, you may want to lean into a kibbe because you want that dress to just make you shine. I also like to think about style adjectives, and these are not necessarily adjectives that describe your clothing, but they more describe how you want to be perceived. So for instance, your adjectives might be, I want to look timeless and polished, but we're not going to say your adjective is classic because that's more of the clothes. We're focusing on an inner harmony and how we want to be perceived through our clothes. So the clothes are kind of a vessel of expression. Another style parameter would be personal style maps, which I go over in this video. And these are more than just mood boards. These are images that have aesthetic value to you, that have hung on since you were a little kid, and that embrace everything aesthetically that you want to represent. It could also be images that have stood the test of time. Those images on your personal style maps are not just cool images you found or an outfit you want to copy. Instead, they are more like foundational aesthetic choices that have built up over the years and that you are naturally drawn to and would like to aspire or integrate into your style. And if you want, we can do a whole video more about personal style maps and how to use them and how to translate the different elements to really hone down your authentic personal style. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like that. And then the other style parameters that I like to include are lifestyle needs. And the last parameter I like to use is wardrobe non-negotiables, which basically means where are your boundaries with clothes? What do you prioritize in your clothes? Is it natural fibers? Is it comfort? Is it the ability to chase a toddler around? And then I take all of these elements and I build an outfit. And why is this helpful for you? Because it helps you see how different elements can be incorporated, how to get the vibe that you're going for, even if you have a business casual event to go to and you want to incorporate ethereal. Here's my little disclaimer. So the kibbe sketches that you're about to see are very traditional iterations of each ID. So this isn't meant to narrowly define or exclude anyone from a type. It's just meant to streamline the process a bit. So even if you don't see your exact essence blend in the following examples, I think it can still be very beneficial for you to see how different elements are used and what different percentage of an essence might show up as, or just how different fabric and essence and body types and wardrobe non-negotiables all start to get jumbled up into one. So without further ado, let's get into the examples.
Meet Charlotte. She's 64, gray hair, and likes to look current yet age appropriate. She's a kibbe soft natural and has natural, ethereal, and classic essences, with an occasional touch of ingenue. She is warm tone and leans more towards contrasted colors over muted shades. Her wardrobe parameters include comfort, a preference for natural fibers, and lower heels, and prefers to be more modest, especially in the chest area. She wants to look casual yet artsy for when she volunteers at the Arts Council or attends art openings. Let's build her an outfit for that. In order to follow her soft natural lines, we want some relaxed elements and some pieces that curve or gently define her shape. I think these trousers are great. They have some pleating to shape, are cut for curve, and are not overly fitted. Add this casual yet sophisticated blouse in a contrasted warm color that's 100% silk. It could also work beautifully for ethereal and is modest in the chest area. I would do a soft tuck with this, and if she wants, add a natural belt for more definition and make it a tad more casual. A pop color flat for comfort and a matching bag. Matching adds a bit of classic balance, but the bag itself has a simple shape, will hold her necessities, and go crossbody if she needs to hold food, a drink, or a brochure. For hair, let's add a bit of natural ethereal looseness with some soft curls and an ethereal natural ring. I think it's casual yet artsy and could be dressed up a bit for more formal art openings or dressed down for a volunteer night with the Arts Council. Meet Ella. She's a Kibbe romantic but values modesty and wears a hijab, so no low necklines or revealing limbs. She says she's bordering into the plus size range. She's a warm autumn with romantic, dramatic, and natural essences. Her style can be described as whimsical and oscillates between soft feminine, cottagecore, and 90s chic, and sometimes a bit androgynous, Y2K street style. Think lots of linen and checkered shirts. She likes to use clashing details or jewelry elements. Her wardrobe non-negotiables are comfort, especially in bottoms, and lives in a hotter climate, so that needs to be considered. She wants to appear more dramatic and polished in going out looks and aims to add more color blocking to her casual wear. Let's build her an outfit for both, utilizing these parameters. Okay, for daytime, let's start with a checkered, light cotton shirt that covers her limbs and a pair of light linen trousers that are good for the heat. We can add in some Y2K slides. I know certain people who wear hijabs have differing views on makeup and shoes, but since it wasn't mentioned, I'm assuming open-toed shoes are okay. We can add some 90s sunglasses and a 90s baguette in a contrast texture. And if commenter is okay with it, they could add some romantic influenced 90s style makeup. This outfit covers limbs, has a casual vibe, color blocking, and could work for the hotter climate. For an evening look, we want more polished. Let's start with the skirt that has a romantic style print and a 90s vibe without being too tight, paired with a soft long sleeve shirt tucked in. A pair of simple heel slides that are 90s inspired, assuming commenter is okay with heels, of course. And let's add a 90s style bag, a romantic dramatic hijab that adds a bit of emphasis but still looks polished, some whimsical rings, and a nice warm berry lip. Polished but still has the dramatic influence and the 90s chic. Meet Vivianne. This one was actually submitted by our daughter. Vivianne is most likely a Kibbe theatrical romantic. She prefers waisted emphasis, but doesn't like high-rise pants. She has a dominant classic essence with a touch of natural, which translates into loose hairstyles and an occasional natural texture. She wears a lot of black, but is warm-toned. Daughter says that her mom's clothing is not adventurous and can sometimes lean to building uniforms. She loves modest elements, crisp fit, doesn't like high-waisted pants, prefers waist emphasis, and goes with block heels for comfort and to give her some height. Commenter says she wants her mother to play around with fashion more and have fun. Let's build her an outfit that fits her parameters but might push her slightly outside her comfort zone. Okay, let's start with the classic blouse that has a simple stripe, which was noted that she likes. It's a bit more modern than a traditional classic striped shirt, but not too bold. Pair that with a mid-rise cropped trouser, and we can do a tuck for more waist visibility. Let's add a classic block heel for comfort and height. And let's go with a peach-colored purse, which the daughter said she loves her mom in warm colors. And to make it lean a little bit more classic, we can do a matching semi-sheer peach lipstick, which was also noted as a go-to for mom. Let's add some chic pearl earrings that feel modern. And daughter said her mom can lean natural with hair, so these polished waves should work well. Ultimately, it's okay to have a uniform if that's what works for your style, but I think this outfit feels modern while also fitting mom's parameters. Meet Harper. She's a Kibbe dramatic classic with a dramatic ingenue classic essence, and she's a light spring. Her personal style leans towards bright colors, clean lines, and Y2K influence. The vibe she wants to go for is strong but weird, and she wants to appear professional and trustworthy at work, but always with a fashion-y influence. Some style inspirations on a personal style map are Margot Tenenbaum and Carrie from Sex and the City, and she likes to incorporate punk elements in her styling. She is currently seeking a balance between working a job that involves customer service and looking professional without being boring. And in her spare time, she likes to farm and garden and struggles to incorporate style elements into those lifestyle needs. Let's build her an outfit for both work and gardening. So if you want to appear trustworthy, professional, but still imbue some personal style, let's go for some traditional DC silhouettes and add a bit of color interest to keep it a bit more unique. Add in a studded loafer that won't disrupt your balance, but give it a fun punk nod. Keep your hair in a neat bun and a nice matching lip to match the sweater and create more interest. And small details can give you that element of weird you crave. Like a cute or cool pin or brooch could work really well. It's a classic accessory, but has a lot of ability to add a vibe or personality, and is very Carrie from Sex and the City. Now for the farm day, we want Y2K, but not Paris from The Simple Life. Let's go with some functional cargo jeans and a Margot Tenenbaum polo in warm colors. Generally classic, but still functional, and has personality. Add in some Doc Martens for a punk influence while still being functional, and some fun hair. This is a vibe, but still totally workable for a garden or farm day. Meet Emilia. She's a Kibbe soft classic with ingenue and natural essences, and a light spring color palette. She's a student majoring in the performing arts, so she has to be comfortable and have clothes that allow for movement and getting sweaty. She wants to look effortless, put together, magical, but also a bit edgy or mysterious. She wants to exude silent power. Some personal style map imagery includes Parisian timeless, old Hollywood pin curl styles, and cottagecore meets Tim Burton. Colorful but dark. Let's build her an outfit she can wear to school. Let's start with a relaxed but polished blouse that allows for movement, and trousers made of stretch material also for movement and ability to perform. Add in some cute flats that add a slightly darker vibe to the look, and a cottagecore inspired tote for any school materials she needs to lug around, and a magical, mysterious style ring. You could try a faux pin curl look and hairpin like I did in my classic Essence video, because true pin curls can be a labor of love and might not be doable on a school day. And add some Tim Burton-esque makeup to add a bit more edginess to the look overall. There you go. Meet Audrey. She's a 60-year-old retiree, Kibbe flamboyant gamine. She's cool-toned with medium-level contrast. She has no current wardrobe restraints. Her essences are gamine, ingenue, and a touch of romantic. She loves dark academia and cottagecore. And she likes to look quirky, whimsical, creative, academic, but approachable. Her wardrobe non-negotiables are flat shoes, natural fibers, and no large prints. Let's build her an outfit she can enjoy her retirement in. Let's start off with an easy but chic crew neck and a medium weight and a medium saturation, paired with a cropped plaid trouser which honors her shorter FG lines and provides an easy break in the outfit. Add in some loafer slides to give a full dark academia vibe. But now we need a little gamine in there, so a colorful pair of glasses would be a great addition, and a cottagecore inspired tote. Pair this with a berry lip to add a bit of the romantic in there and add a creative color combination to the mix, but still cool toned. And for her hair, let's go with something like this, inspired by the OG romantic ingenue herself. Shorter length, but still soft and rounded. I think it's a little bit unexpected, a bit playful, but still approachable and academic with creative touches. Meet Emma. She's a soft gamine with classic gamine and natural style essences with a soft summer color palette. She aims to look effortless yet playfully chic. She's over 50, lives in the suburbs, and works from home. She wants to feel good and have fun when she gets dressed. She doesn't wear black and loves burgundy, taupe, and army green. And her personal style inspiration is Jenna Lyons, but she doesn't always rock that style and often reaches for utility pieces, natural fibers like linens and wools, and cool, colorful, or quirky shoes. Let's build her an outfit. Let's start with a slightly cropped pair of jeans. They have a classic natural vibe and would still allow her curves to be visible. Add a burgundy turtleneck, which is comfortable, classic in essence, and would work nicely with the fitted neck and wrist ribbing. Now, I'm not sure if she means utility like just functional or utility style like workwear inspired, but here's an army green crop jacket that is easy to throw on, still honors the shorter proportions, and is one of her favorite colors. Now these colors are not soft summer, and that's okay. It's okay to not use your palette if your personal style resonates with different shades. Understanding color in the first place can help you understand when you want to use it or when you want to exclude it. Add in a natural canvas tote and a pair of army green quirky shoes. We could go with a classic Jenna Lyons slick back bun and even these glasses as a touch too. If this is feeling not playful enough, you could opt for an unexpected nail shade to add a bit of a surprise. This outfit is put together and would fit her lifestyle. Meet Ruby. She's a Kibbe flamboyant natural with gamine, classic, and natural essence blend. She wants to appear chic, approachable, fun, and bright. She's a bright winter and a college student. Her personal style map imagery includes 2000 styles, Parisian chic, and high teen. She's been told she has a bit of an RBF, so she's working on trying to express her personality more. Let's build her an elevated outfit for a day at school, with the dinner out in the evening. Let's start with a relaxed pair of wide-leg trousers and this cream-colored vest as a top. Vests are big and high teen, and the color combo is giving Parisian chic. It does have a high color break, but that works well for the gamine essence, and overall the outfit still has a lot of linear, relaxed lines for FNs. But let's add a relaxed, slightly oversized blazer that's both bright and fun and in her color palette. For hair, let's go with a black headband. Works for her essences and the Parisian chic and high teen influences. Add a fun bag that's a nod to the 2000s for school textbooks and materials. A bright pink lip and a pair of blunt Mary Jane heels for another high teen nod. Maybe a tad elevated or involved for an average day at school, but great for a day when you really want to express yourself or have a dinner or outing at the end of the night to go to. Meet Carolyn. She's a dramatic classic with dramatic, classic, and ethereal essences. She's a clear spring. Her personal style map has imagery of 90s minimalism, YSL chic, Carolyn Bessette Kennedy meets Kaia Gerber meets Prue from Charmed, and she wants to appear sophisticated, put together, but effortless, enigmatic, and cool. She's an art business student and works at a gallery with an all-black dress code, but also likes to spend night outs with friends at a museum or cafes. Let's build her an outfit for both. So with her all-black dress code, let's go with something like this. It's polished but cool, has the dramatic classic essence in spades, and the interesting earring, either one of these, could add a slight touch of ethereal. Opt for a Carolyn Bessette Kennedy-style ponytail, and you're sophisticated but effortlessly cool and ready for work. Now for going out with friends, let's try something like this. It's classic in style, would work nicely following the dramatic classic body lines, and the clutch and lipstick add a polished enigmatic element and a clear spring touch. The soft Kaia Gerber style waves could also give some movement to the look and honor that ethereal to a small degree, as well as a unique shaped ring that doesn't pull too much focus. Meet Haley. She's a Kibbe theatrical romantic with an ingenue essence and a warm, true spring color palette. She's a mom and a constant cheerleader to her kid, and desires to look mature-looking, sophisticated, elegant, and classy. She's not a jeans or comfy loungewear type when she's outside the house. Let's build her a day out look. So, no jeans or loungewear, and she wants to look mature. So we are probably not going to lean heavily into her ingenue essence, and perhaps add a bit more classic essence touches to add some elegance to her everyday look. Let's start off with a comfortable knit top that's form-fitting with some curved shapes that follows her natural body shape. Add in a pair of fitted classic trousers and a delicate feminine flat. The color palette is elegant and true spring friendly. Let's add a large durable leather tote for all her mom needs, i.e. everything she needs to lug around for the kiddos. A simple elegant pair of hoops, and she could try an easy but polished bun that has some rounded shapes and a bit of volume. I think this outfit is errand and mom friendly, but also extremely elegant.
Also, I do want to note that Haley wasn't sure if she was a soft gamine or a theatrical romantic, but that she is leaning towards theatrical romantic. I have style guides on my websites for both of these IDs, and I have a deep dive section in the soft gamine article all about the differences between these two.
Meet Cora. She's a soft dramatic with an ethereal, natural, dramatic essence blend and a cool summer color palette. She's artistic and wants to look unique and have clothes that stand out. Her style words are intriguing, feminine, and powerful. She works from home but is also a busy mom and needs clothes that are transitional from work to hanging out with the kids. Let's build her an outfit that will do both. So because she likes clothes that stand out, let's use color to do that. Let's go with a soft gradient sweater that has a bit of an ethereal vibe with comfortable pants. French tuck it for some waist visibility, and it works easily from work from home. Polished enough on top, but comfy enough to sit for long periods of time. Let's opt for a mule slide to throw on and off easily if she's switching from mom duties to work. Add a cool but functional tote when she needs to run errands. An ethereal style necklace, shimmery lip gloss that's low effort to throw on, and long loose volume hair. It's bold without being too high maintenance. Meet Iris. She's a Kibbe dramatic with classic romantic and a bit of dramatic essence. She likes sophisticated, edgy looks. She doesn't know her color palette but wears a lot of black with some accents of white, wine, and purple. And she lives in a tropical climate, so no blazers or jackets. She loves black and white vertical stripes and regularly incorporates those Beetlejuice stripe vibes in her outfits. and veers a tad goth in her style. She works in an office, so there's a huge 180 between her work wardrobe and going out wardrobe. Let's build her an outfit for work. Let's start with some office-appropriate trousers that would work nicely with dramatic lines. Then let's add in a blouse that has her signature vertical black and white stripes for a bit of a personal expression, and opt for a clean tuck to give a bit of classic balance to the look. Next, let's add a little nod to her goth and dramatic essence with these metal-tipped heels. Still work appropriate with a little nod to edginess. And this bag in her favorite wine color palette. Now, she doesn't need to go out and splurge, but the elements of this bag exemplify the work appropriate with a bit of goth touches, studs, leather texture, etc. And for hair, let's keep it clean and classic with a slick back bun like this. Diamond earrings like the one Haley's wearing here, that are both work appropriate but a little bit of a romantic touch. Overall, office appropriate but still expressive of her style parameters. Meet Julia. She's a Kibbe dramatic classic with a natural essence and a touch of romantic. She is cool-toned and leans into brighter colors. Nothing too dark or too muted. She wants to look put together, feminine, modest, and comfortable. And her personal style map looks like this. She lives in a tropical country and is a homemaker and tends to wear dresses, but also works on an orchard, so could use a pants outfit as well. She doesn't wear makeup but would love some hair or accessory ideas. Let's build her an outfit for each.
I just have to say, I love when you guys send me your personal style maps. It gives me a whole deeper meaning into the outfits that I want to build for you, and it lets me understand how you want to communicate yourself into the world. It's like a cheat sheet to your style, so thank you for sending that in.
For a day-to-day outfit that is a dress, let's start with the structured yet breezy dress in a cool blue. Add a pair of comfortable yet chic sandals and a natural fiber tote. Add in a simple piece of jewelry for a bit more of a classic touch and an easy relaxed hairstyle like this with a hair scarf. It's functional, comfortable, and adds a feminine touch. For orchard work, I assume she needs something durable and comfortable. Depending on how dirty the work is, you may have to shift the color palette. But this outfit could work nicely. The blouse leans a little bit more relaxed for the natural essence and more ability to move and reach for things. Jeans and keds for a classic balance that's still put together, but functional. Add in a cute headband for a feminine but functional hair accessory option. Meet Maeve. She's a Kibbe flamboyant natural with classic and natural essences and a touch of ethereal. She's a soft autumn. Her personal style map looks like this. She works in a hospital so doesn't need workplace clothing options, but in her free time she wants to look calm, mysterious, friendly, and sensual. She's French and lives in Paris and does like the Parisian vibe. Let's build her an outfit for the weekend. So let's start off with some cream-colored straight-leg jeans, relaxed enough for an FN with a classic shape. Add in a soft autumn-colored blouse with Parisian simplicity and a gentle floral print. Add in a relaxed trench, a classic French girl staple, and some classic loafers in her color palette for a friendly but put-together look. A classic bag that matches the loafers to honor the classic essence, a French girl pair of hoops, opt for natural brows, loose long waves for the ethereal, and a soft autumn berry lip for a slight nod to the romantic and adding a little bit of sensualness to the look. I think this outfit would be chic and perfect for the weekend. Meet Joe. They are a Kibbe soft natural with a romantic, ingenue, and classic essence blend, and a bright spring color palette. They are non-binary and do not want to look super girly or gentle, but they also don't want to look masculine either. They love kawaii academia style, cottagecore, and 70s boho. They want to be inspired, free-flowing sweetness with a little bit of edge. Let's build them an outfit. This outfit is based on these parameters, could go in a lot of different directions depending on the wearer's goals. So this is just one interpretation. Let's start off with this SN-friendly style trouser that is unisex in nature and has a kawaii color print. For a top, let's go with some light waist emphasis and keep the ingenue and bright spring color palette, but with this layered style so it doesn't read too gentle or girly. Add in some fun loafers for the classic essence, but spice it up with some ingenue print socks that also reference the kawaii theme. Add in the cottagecore style tote, and depending on the vibe, they could either go with these layering pieces, like a denim jacket for a bit more edge or casualness, or the kawaii academia cardigan if they want to lean more towards that influence. Add in some long, free-flowing 70s style hair, and you've got a creative outfit that doesn't lean too sweet, but still has a touch of edge.
Okay, so that was a wide variety of style parameters to sort through, and I hope it was inspiring to see how different outfits can be created using all of these different elements. And just to remind you that if you want to be included in future videos, go ahead and leave your personal style parameters in the comments below, and I will add them to my running list. I truly believe that determining your style parameters leads to a deeper understanding of your aesthetic goals, not only just for how you want to present yourself to the world, the space you live in as well. It creates a deeper connection to what you value, And kind of my ethos is finding strength through style. So it gives you an inner confidence to express yourself to the world. So the next section of this video is going to be a troubleshooting section. Okay, so originally there was supposed to be a little section in here all about troubleshooting, but so many of those topics fell into the Kibbe concept. And so I thought I'd pop in here and talk about a few things and just give you kind of a brief overview of what's going on. So I'd appreciate it if you don't skip this section. So in a slightly roundabout way, I received some feedback about how I'm presenting Kibbe concepts. It was mentioned that sometimes my information is outdated that I presented, and sometimes it's a bit too reductive, like the genes for all the Kibbe types. And it's not focusing on David Kibbe's ultimate goal of metamorphosis. And it's generally missing like the vibe and essence of what he wanted his system to be about. That I'm over scrutinizing elements of the body and not focusing as much about fabric draping over the body, which is what his system is about. Inner and outer essences being combined. Actually, a metamorphosis. Duh, the title. So once my disappointment let up that I was letting people down, I took a hard look at my Kibbe content and I realized that a lot of that feedback was correct and that, you know, it needs to be remedied and addressed. My earlier Kibbe content was a bit reductive, and to a certain degree, I did dumb down his ideas a little bit and focus too much on individual items for each IDs and not the holistic approach that he is in favor of currently. Which basically means I'm a bit guilty of overfitting. So overfitting, if you're not familiar with the concept, is a computer science term. The amount of data we provide in a model and the ability to get an accurate result. So if we take the
Okay, so if we look at this chart just to understand the concept of overfitting and what I think we're all doing with Kibbe a little bit, myself included, if you look at the 1-factor model and then the 2-factor model and then the 9-factor model, the 9-factor model actually becomes less accurate with the results. It skews the data.
So how does this even relate to Kibbe? Well, I've accidentally been overfitting my information. So people ask me, can X ID wear Y parameters? And in my attempt to explain all the elements and answer all the questions, I've actually been doing a disservice because I'm removing the holistic view and then we're ending up focusing on these minute traits or these like individual body parts instead of a holistic view. Like people are saying like, I have a really small pinky finger. Can I be this ID? Like, I understand that I am part of this problem. I admit that. His system is a metamorphosis. He doesn't want it to be a body typing system. He wants it to be an image identity system. And in the past, I've definitely led to that confusion for people. And I apologize about that. I never want to be considered a guru on any of these topics or an expert. I don't put myself on the same plane as David Kibbe. It's his system. He knows best. I want to be part of a community that finds strength through style. I don't want to be considered the authority or the expert. So to be fair, I've never offered typing services, and I've always encouraged people to go see David Kibbe if they want to figure out their ID. And in the past, I've also recommended people join the Strictly Kibbe Facebook group so that they can have some access to David's words himself. But when I was evaluating this feedback, I kind of like thought about this chart, this like social meme chart, and I always assumed that I was kind of on the neutral side of things. Like, I'm not offering typing services. I try to explain when it's my opinion. I'm trying to be part of the community, but not infringe on his intellectual property. But after reading this feedback, I realize I'm leaning a little bit more neutral evil, and that's an unfortunate fact I have to admit to. Then I need to reevaluate my content because I'm essentially hurting Kibbe's message then, and I don't want to do that. All of this to say that I'm going to be taking a slight step back from creating Kibbe content. I'm not saying I'm never going to talk about his system again, but I am going to take a step back and reevaluate how can I present content that's more in line with what he says today? How can I help the community understand him without infringing on his own intellectual property? How can I be a support system instead of something that's confusing people? Yes, I did publish this video and it does have some Kibbe concepts in it, but I felt like it was one small section and used with all the other style parameters. Kibbe was not the focus of this video. Fashion is cyclical, and so are our approaches or methodologies to fashion. Every 20 to 30 years, we see trends come back. Well, the same trends and trend cycles also influence how we approach our personal styles. And if you look at history, well, Kibbe's concepts came to light in the late 80s. We have 60s with the explosion of all these mod and cool different styles, and less of the homogenous style of like Dior's new look and the kind of standardization of women's fashion. And then we have the 70s, and we have all these different influences start to hit its peak. And then the 80s, we really continue to see a splinter of identities for women's fashion. So of course it makes sense that with all these trends in women's faces and men's faces, that all of a sudden they love a system that's like, here's what looks good on your image identity. Here's how you can mix your true essence with your clothes and speak with your clothes and have a meaningful and authentic personal style. Similarly, I think right now we are also going through that transition. We have so much fashion stimuli everywhere. Social media, we have fashion magazines, we have TV shows, and all of them are constantly throwing out ideas and looks and trends, and it is almost impossible to keep up. So we go back to a strategy of what does my body need and how can I express myself? And Kibbe's concept is really great for that. And to a certain degree, it gives people some semblance of like, okay, this is where I fit in. But then it shifts to having an unrelenting desire to put a label on it. What Kibbe image identity am I? What am I a flamboyant gamine, or am I dramatic classic, or am I a flamboyant natural? And we kind of obsess about this label. Because, well, labels can make things more simple. It gives us logical permission to wear X, Y, and Z. But ironically, it also spurs a bit of type resistance and conflict, because all of a sudden, if it doesn't line up perfectly with what we already know about ourselves, we have type resistance or we feel boxed in. And that's not what the systems wanted to do either. So it's like we want a label, we want a general box, we want to say, here's my home, but we also want the permission to express ourselves. And honestly, that is what Kibbe is about. He is not about boxing people in. We are striving for permission to express ourselves, permission to wear what we want, but also permission to feel good in our clothes and our style. And at the end of the day, while I encourage you to research and explore the style parameters that work for you, at the end of the day, chasing all of these systems, your Kibbe image identity, your Kitchener Essence blend, your seasonal color, your what ethereal blend are you, what animal face shape do you have, can sometimes lead to overfitting because you have so many data points that you don't really understand, and you're trying to fit it all within one outfit. And it's just not leading to an accurate result, something that you love. You're almost overthinking it, which is why reflection is something that I stress a lot in a personal style journey, and something that you should be doing for the rest of your life with your personal style. Reflecting on, does it represent what you like? Does it represent your best traits? Do you feel authentic when you wear your clothes? And that's, again, why I stress taking daily outfit photos, because I think they can be good for the data for these reflection points to see, okay, you know what, I always feel my best when I wear this outfit. Or this outfit, while it's work appropriate, it doesn't make me shine. So I'm going to start working on that. Kibbe's actually much more expansive and less body focused than I have actually made it seem, and I apologize for that error in communication. I tend to be a little bit analytical. I'm a designer by nature. I've made custom gowns for people and I fit them on people. So of course, my niche is bodies and fitting clothes to bodies and how those different sewing techniques work. And as a designer and stylist, that was more of my focus. And I think I lost some of the magic of Kibbe when I communicated or attempted to share his content with you guys. The goal is to look good in your clothes, to feel good in your clothes, and express your inner and outer essences through your style. And that really does line up with my ethos, which is find strength through style. That being said, I still want to help you guys with your style journeys. I still want to be your style guidance counselor per se. And I do plan to continue to create content around personal style. And there will be more videos that help you dive into these elements. But I am going to take a step back on creating Kibbe-specific content because ultimately I want to respect the systems that I admire, and I never want to contribute to people disliking or feeling confused by the system. Okay, so I've said a lot of words, and let's be honest, I always kind of say a lot of words. I hope that this video still showed you how you can balance out different style systems, but I hope that you guys don't try to overfit your personal style either. Okay, until next time.